that creates ebooks and lead magnets from blog posts or web pages, so you don't have to write any content to produce a beautiful ebook. All you need to do is click on Create a New Project, and then I need to enter a URL. So I'm going to go to my blog and I'm going to grab this article here called 10 Steps to Catapult Your Online Business Using Content Marketing. So I literally grab the URL and I go to Designer and I put it in here. And what happens is Designer will start loading that. Now this works with WordPress, Squarespace, or any blogging platform that you might use will pull it in. So then what it does, it asks me to choose a template. And these are styles that I'll put there so you can get started immediately. Okay, so I'm literally just going to click on Tokyo. I'm going to type in a Kudani book and click Create. So now this opens up that actual post, but what it does is it ignores all the content and distractions that I don't want in my book. So for example, if I go back to the post, you can see that this web page has sharing icons up here, it has navigation all the way along here, it's got a sidebar, it's got sharing icons down there, and if I scroll right to the very bottom, I've got all this footer content as well. And I don't want any of this in my ebook. So when I go back into Designer and I look at the content that it's pulled in, I can see that everything is really clean. Okay, so there's no navigation elements, there's no sharing icons, and everything is nicely styled and formatted. Okay, but here's the thing, it's the default template I chose is a white on black, and I decided I want to change my mind. I don't want that particular theme, so I just click on themes here, and there's 21 different style collections that we put here. So if I click on Yeti, but you can choose any of these other styles, and basically these are collections of colors and fonts, so again you can get up and running immediately. Now I've started with Yeti, I can see that everything's black on white and more like a traditional book. I like that, but I want to just change the footers and the headers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just click on the background color. In fact, now I'm going to click on the text for my header and I'm going to change that to white. So I click on text style, I click on white, it's a color picker, and that's done. And then let's do the same with the footer. At the moment that's blue because it's actually a link back to the website, and that's all done automatically for you. So now I have this gray header and footer, which I quite like, and that's going to work for me. Now the other thing I want to do actually is change this cover image. So I'm going to literally select the whole of the cover. I'm going to go to the background, and I can choose a color if I want a solid color there, or I can choose an image. If I click image, it'll upload Media Manager, and I can add one of my own images in there, or I can search over Unsplash. So for example, let's type in mountain and search over Unsplash, which is a huge library of beautiful copyright free, you can do what you want with images. Okay, so I'm literally going to click on this one here, and you'll see it just loads straight into the background here, and this is now my background image for my cover. So that's great, but now of course my title needs to change. So I'm going to just select the text, and I'm going to change that title to a white color. That'll make it stand out a bit more. Maybe I'll get it a bit more of a style boost by changing the font. And we've loaded 730 Google fonts here, so you can select any of these. So let's click on that one, and straight away that's starting to look a lot more professional. Let me just resize that box to match. There we go. And I can see down here the author name needs to be updated. Okay, so I'm going to put in Paul Clifford, and again I'm going to change that font to white so it stands out against what is now a dark background. Okay, so that's my book pretty much done. Now this is a long blog post, and many customers of ours have shorter ones and want to create a book consisting of 1 or 2 posts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second post. So I'm going to scroll right to the end here. I don't need this next step, I'm just going to delete that. And what I'm going to do is pull in another post. So let me go and get the URL of this post. Here it is on the blog, 8 strategies to the perfect blog post. I'm just going to literally grab the URL, go back to Designer, And now I'm going to go over here to elements and I'm going to say, right, new article. And I'm going to pull that in here. And I drag it in and it asks me for the URL. I paste that in and now it imports that second post below the content. And again, what will happen is it will inherit all that style that we've already defined. Okay, so we've already set up the header, the footer, everything. All that's already defined. So now this second post is just beautifully defined, beautifully laid out exactly as I want it. So that's pretty much ready to go. What I want to do now is just put a call to action at the end of the whole book. And we enable this really easily by allowing you to call in something called a call to action element. So this is it here. I'm just going to drag that in. Okay, and what happens is it loads this nice big box here with a link back to my website. So all I'm going to do is just customize this text. Okay, so I've just typed in that text, and so that's my book almost ready to go. I have a preview button here, so I can just literally click on preview and it gives me a clean way of just scanning through the whole thing, making sure everything is laid out in case I need to resize any images or if anything's spilt over from one page to the other. I can do all that straight away from here. So let's assume that's all great. All I need to do then is click on publish, and that's going to create an ebook in a PDF format for me. And here it loads now, and here we have it. So I now have my beautiful ebook all laid out, all styled exactly as I wanted. So now I have my perfect lead magnet all ready to go.